right, so it was a big night last night for Jesse Kelly. I don't believe it was a surprise. He got 36% of the vote. You want to get the exact vote tabulations? Just go to knst.com. We have it there for you. Jesse, good morning. Congratulations.
Morning, Garret. Nice to talk to you this morning, buddy.
Well, let's get down to it, man. You lost by just 1.5 points a couple of years ago. You almost had it. What are you going to do differently this time as compared to what you did a couple of years ago?
The message stays the same. People want good, solid, common sense, conservative representation down here, and we're going to give them that.
So what do you think cost you the race a couple of years ago? Was it, and my theory is it was a really underhanded trick when the state Democrat Party put out flyers stating that Steve Stoltz was the true conservative. I think that might have stolen away a decent amount of votes because he got 4%.
Well, we can point to a million little things like that, and you're right, and they all matter. All those things matter in politics, but asking for politics to be a clean thing, asking for the other side to play the right way is simply not going to happen. So what matters for us now is in 4 weeks, early ballots go out. We carry our message of lower taxes, more jobs, lower gas prices as fast and hard as we can for 4 weeks this time. We get all in right now, then we'll win.
What's your game plan going to be? Is it going to be just simply sticking to those talking points, or are you going to try to attach Ron Barber to the policies that Congresswoman Giffords enacted?
Well, we don't have to try to attach him to anything. He is attached. He's already come out in support of all these things. But we're going to talk about our message. Our message is not going to change. We have a positive message to get America back to work, to lower the cost at the pump, to secure the border, to do all the things you talk about every day on your show. There is a plan for those things. There is a clear plan that can accomplish those. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about his agenda or anyone else.
Well, I want to play a soundbite for you, if you don't mind, Jesse. This is just an interview that was done several months ago with Ron Barber and a couple of guys at the Tucson Sentinel, because I don't think Ron's going to return our phone calls. But this, you just brought upon this. Now, I don't know if people know this. This is what he said when he was asked, is there a difference between you and Congresswoman Giffords? Here we go.
Well, in terms of differences between myself and the Congresswoman, there probably aren't many. All of the policies and priorities that she has worked with, I've been right alongside with her, providing advice when asked, and sometimes helping shape those policies through the work that we've done together.
Now, to me, that right there screams, okay, Obamacare, the stimulus, green energy subsidies that have resulted in billions of dollars of waste and possibly fraud. What's your reaction to that?
My reaction to it is simply that it's not surprising. We knew it. We know that the other side supports $500 billion in cuts to Medicare, in a health care law that is so awful, even our Supreme Court is about to rule it unconstitutional. We know that. We know that his solutions are the wrong solution. That's why we're going to spend our time talking about our solution, to lower taxes on people and businesses and get people back to work.
Jesse Kelly is on KNST AM 790 and now 97.1 FM. I got to ask you just one more, because his big thing, of course, was civility after that horrific January 8th situation, and many people have taken that to pretty much say civility means if you disagree with me, you shut your mouth. Now, since he's such a backer of civility, if he starts sending out attack ads, or the Democrat Party in Pima County or in Arizona starts sending out attack ads or false things, are you going to ever ask him to step up and say, hey, Ron, are you going to handle this and tell people to start being civil and stop spreading lies?
What we're going to do is simply talk about the issues.
Ah, come on, Jesse.
Well, we're not here to play those little immature political games that the other side would like us to play. We're going to talk about the issues. Right now, everybody listening right now, whether it be Republican, Democrat, Independent, so many of them need a job. Or if they have one, they need a better one. Or if they have a better one, they need to know how to afford the gas to get there. They're never going to get us to talk about something about these side issues that matter. Not some institute, not some of these things that were said in the past. We are going to focus on the issues, and we're never wavering.
Well, as soon as you pretty much had it locked up yesterday, about 8 seconds after that, the State Democrat Party sent out a press release with some very interesting things that they said about you. First off, they like to use the word extremist not one but twice. And I want you to answer this because I know you have your plan, but Ron Barber supporters might think that they are being completely accurate here, and I guess it's your job to convince them that you have a better idea and that these are not true. But the Democrat Party sent out a press release. Bill Rowe of the Arizona Democrat Party released a presser that said that you would abolish the minimum wage, eliminate Medicare, privatize Social Security, and ban a woman's right to choose even in cases of rape or incest, and make certain that rich people and corporations get enormous tax breaks. First off, any of that true, and how do you respond?
Well, obviously none of it's true. But the fact of the matter is we support lower taxes. He supports higher taxes. We support protecting the benefits that seniors have earned. He supports cutting those benefits. He has come out in support of $500 billion in cuts to Medicare.
Which is in the Obamacare.
That's exactly right. He supports higher gas prices because he wants to stifle American energy. He supports this administration, which has actually come out and been honest about the fact they want higher gas prices. We believe that every single American family and senior should be paying way less than $3 a gallon at the pump, and that we have the energy right here at home to make that happen.
Now, when it comes to Social Security and Medicare, these entitlements, what's your idea? What's your plan to basically save them for people like, I mean, you're around my age, people like us who keep paying into this and we think we're never going to see it. What's your idea to try to improve upon it so it doesn't go bankrupt?
Well, two different things on that. We have to protect the benefits that seniors have earned. We cannot touch the benefits seniors have earned while giving future generations choices of a personal account, something the government can't put its hands on. And in order to fund the obligation, our promises that we have to keep to those seniors, we continue to come back to energy. Because in order to fund those obligations, we actually need to grow our economy at a much greater rate than it's currently growing. The way to do that is energy, because we are literally sitting on top of a mountain of money. Between oil and natural gas, uranium, clean coal, all these things, they equal money, and that's what will bring us jobs, and that's what will pay for our care.
Jesse Kelly is on KNST AM 790 and now 97.1 FM. Now, you just went through a pretty strenuous primary. Shots were taken back and forth. You're pretty much running right now. I mean, you're going to continue campaigning. There's no break for you, right? Because we're just a couple of months from the next election.
There absolutely is no break. The next election is held in 8 weeks. Early ballots are sent out in 4 weeks. So there is no time to sit around and think about it. The election actually started last night, and it continues this morning.
Now, when it comes to, I know you're going to put out your message, things like that. I just want to go back to the privatizing Social Security, because, again, some of these things that the Democrat in this press release accused you of, I don't find so bad. I mean, I don't find getting rid of the minimum wage to let people actually earn what they want and let them compete, and it actually could probably create more jobs and even a better pay increase for them in the future. Is that so bad? I mean, do we still need the minimum wage, or do you think it's too PC to say you want to come out against it and get rid of it completely?
What I think is these are actually sad scare tactics used by the other party, and we're going to see them from now till the end. They will attempt to scare seniors. They'll attempt to scare people that are on these entry-level jobs and trying to make ends meet, and they'll do anything they can to distract the American people from the fact that they are the anti-jobs, anti-business party, and they're going to lose this election.
Now, do you have any internal polling? Do you have any inside data that shows
as far
that?
As internal polling, no, but the national poll just came out that we are already up on Ron Barber,
Really?
49 to 45.
Wow. Now, and this is my thing, is that you have sometimes, I mean, here in Tucson, there are more Democrats or Republicans. There are quite a few independents, so if you get them, that'll really help. But how do you convince the people that have never voted Republican? I mean, you're simply going to say, hey, jobs, 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 jobs. I mean, I know you're going to put your tally in there, but I mean, look, messaging, PR, it works. So if they start painting you as some devil, some evil guy that looks out for corporations and wants to throw grandma off the cliff, some people get brainwashed that way. How do you make sure that those people that may get brainwashed find the true Jesse Kelly?
Well, the truth is there are over 20,000 more Republicans than Democrats now in this district. If our Republicans turn out and vote, every one of them, we win this election, and we win it comfortably. But the answer to your question, how do we avoid the dishonesty that's going to come, that we've already seen come? It all comes down to volunteers and team. How many people will we have in the office, in the GOP office, making phone calls? How many people will be out there knocking on doors? Because let's not forget, we came within 4,000 votes of winning last election, but we won by 6 points on Election Day. That was because of the team. That was because of the volunteers that worked so hard. They got the message out, and they put all that dishonesty to rest.
So the early voting was a bit of it was hurtful for you last time.
Well, you bring up a great point. That's what matters. In 4 weeks, the early ballots will be sent out. We literally don't have one day for everyone to sit around and think about it or try to decide what they want to do. If you can, we need your help, and we need it today. Tomorrow, if you can. We need it right away. This election starts now and will be over very, very soon.
You know, really quick, and we have Jesse Kelly on KNST AM 790 and 97.1 FM. There was a question that we posed to you at the debate about one thing you may have to do if you win and you go to D.C., and represent CD8 for, the next 5 or 6 months or whatever it may be. And it may be a vote to continue building up that $16 trillion monster. Would there be any way whatsoever, if there was a government shutdown looming, it was pretty much, all right, government shuts down, or we increase the amount of money we can put on the backs of the Americans, which way would you vote? Would there be any way that you would vote yes to increasing the giant $16 trillion monster?
It's not just the backs of the Americans, it's the backs of our children. I have a 3- and 1-year-old son, and that debt, that $16 trillion you just mentioned, they will spend their entire lives paying that off. And to answer your question, the only way I will ever sign on to increase that is if there is a clear plan going forward that says the next time we vote on it will be to vote to decrease the debt limit. So without that, I absolutely will not vote to increase the debt limit.
So, I mean, how would that work? Would it be, all right, you vote yes now, then we'll have a discussion on how to make it happen in the future? Or
no, absolutely not.
Tie in tax cuts?
It has to be had ahead of time. We're not going to have political promises on we'll kick the can down the road and fix it later. I mean a concrete tax and economic growth plan in place that says in the future our economy will be big, our economy will be free and robust, and we will actually decrease the debt limit. And it has to be in place beforehand. And not talking about political promises from politicians. Now,
there were, obviously you didn't win with 100% of the vote. There were quite a few people that voted for Martha and Frank and Dave. And Republicans get very, very personal, and they get very behind their candidates. They care about them deeply. How do you convince the people that didn't vote for Jesse Kelly but voted for one of the other three? And there's a crowd out there that says, oh, Jesse just doesn't have the experience. He needs to get more experience. How can you put their minds at ease and tell them to vote for you? And you can tell them, don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing.
Well, let's just say this. The other candidates, to vote for any one of those other three candidates, that's not a bad vote. That's a great vote. What a great field. What an honor it is to be chosen from that field, because they really were, all three of them were great and brought their own thing to the table. As far as what we bring, the experience is having done it before, we simply talk about clear solutions to problems. We will until victory in June. And as you've seen from the response from the other side already and from the poll numbers that show we're up 4, the other side is scared that we are going to win this whole thing.
You sound like a little bit of a different Jesse Kelly than when I first met a couple of years ago. Now, granted, I'm just a whack job talk show host that tries to be funny sometimes. But you ever think of maybe beating them to the punch and just, calling your campaign or calling yourself Jesse Kelly, the civil candidate?
What we hope people say out there is that our campaign, that we're the jobs campaign. We want to be the jobs campaign and the campaign of lower gas prices, because we have a plan for those things.
And the campaign for civility. I think that'd be hilarious. But then again, that's just me. That's just me.
I think you know me better than that, Garrett.
I know. You have quite the sense of humor. All right, Jesse, man, congratulations. I'm sure we'll be talking to you over the next 8 weeks. And if there's a debate, we'd love to be involved. I'll tell you that. Oh, but do you think that Ron Barber's going to step up and agree to debate you at all?
I would certainly hope so. I believe the people of Southern Arizona deserve an honest open debate on the issues, and I believe that they're going to get one.
Okay. Congratulations, my friend. The website, what is it? VoteJesseKelly.com, right?
Website is VoteJesseKelly.com. We accept all kinds of support there, including volunteers. So please go, help out. It starts today, the win.
All right. Congratulations, man. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Take care, brother.